What is going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, Joe's News and Views, Conservative News and Views. This is the podcast edition. Okay, guys? We're going to jump in. We're going to talk about what's going on in Canada, the Freedom Convoy, the latest news on that. We also going to discuss what is also going on in the U.S. of A. We're talking about our border. And we're also going to talk about this controversial discussion of this rap and drill music. Are we going back to 1993 and 1994 where everybody was trying to stop rap music again? And if so, have we not learned from those prior lessons? And we're going to also talk about some of the things that we are experiencing now with Black Lives Matter and how it ties into the Black History Month narrative, where, again, could this have been a repeat of what happened in Martin Luther King time? And also, we're going to talk about a father who is standing up for CRT in the state of North Carolina, who is slowly starting to become the next blue state of hysteria. So all that and more. Sit back, relax. Let's get into this. What is going on, Patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of You Guessed It, Joel Davis Media Network. This is your host, Joel Davis. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, hit the like button, please. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell up top. For my podcast people that are going to hear this for the first time, do me a favor, go ahead on and please hit me some comments. It helps out with the algorithm to make sure that we can push it in the forefront for more people to download. Now, with that being said, we're going to pay a moment to our sponsors before we jump into this. Guys, do you know that things are getting crazy right now when it comes to our actual finances? We got cryptocurrency going up and down, especially with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not to mention, too, the stock market losing points because of things going on with inflation. What do you do at this point of the game, especially when you're trying to prepare for generational wealth for the future and your future children? It's easy. Go to Noble Gold, man. Noble Gold has the answers for you. With Noble Gold, all you have to do is talk with these guys. They will get you on the right path. Real gold coins, real gold, real silver. Also, not to mention, too, they also have real platinum, other metals that makes money. So don't take my word for it. Go to the description box below. Go on my link and you'll get the hookup with your first free consultation and not to mention too a good deal on finding the right metals for you in your future. All right, y'all, let's jump into this. Not gonna waste no time today. First and foremost, I'm still doing my scheduling on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Except for the weekends, I will no longer do a stream on the weekends. No big stream. If I do a stream, it will be from my phone, very quick, probably no more than 10 to 15 minutes. Reason being, I have a lot going on in my personal life right now. I have to tend to with my children, with my wife. And so, you got to do what you got to do. So, nothing against y'all. Please don't take it the wrong way. I love each and every one of y'all. But you know what we promote on this channel? Family first, okay? Family first. And if you ain't putting your family first, then you're fucking up. That's just what it is. So, with that being said, let's jump into what is going on with Canada. Now, right now, this is going to be the Canada crackdowns, all right? We're talking about the police launch an operation to clear streets and begin arresting Freedom Convoy demonstrators in Ottawa. Let's talk about what's going on in Ottawa. Now, here's some fast facts that's going on here in Ottawa as well. I'm also going to go up here and invite guests. If y'all want to jump on this stream, we can get up there. So anybody want to be a co-host with me today, you can. I'm starting to do that every stream because I know a lot of people want to talk and give their objectives. So if you jump in, I will put you backstage. All right, so let's talk about this right quick. Also, I am currently live on Rumble. J News and Views. Go over to Rumble right now. If you're on the YouTubes watching this broadcast, you don't want to see it on YouTube, you can go over to Rumble and support me. I am streaming live on Rumble right now. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So Ottawa police have launched an operation Friday to arrest Freedom Convoy protesters and clear the city's downtown. All right. The two Freedom Convoy organizers are now facing charges following their arrest, which was Thursday night, and the police are warning media to stay away from the protest sites during the clear out operations or risk arrest themselves. So this is what is going on. There is pictures here of tow trucks removing vehicles from the streets of Ottawa. All right. Now, police in Ottawa are continuing to warn demonstrators Friday that anyone found in unlawful protest sites will be arrested. Photos shows dozens of officers converging on the city's downtown area. Tow truck operators are wearing neon green ski masks with their company's decals taped over their trucks to conceal their identities. Arrive under police escort and set to work removing big rigs, campers, and other vehicles parked bumper to bumper and shoulder to shoulder in places, according to the Associated Press. While some protesters surrendered, others blared their horns or were heard singing Amazing Grace outside the Prime Minister's office opposite Parliament Hill. Freedom was never free. Tucker Kevin Hernandez of Montreal told the AP. So what if they put the handcuffs on us and they put us in jail? Guys, this is sad. It really is. We have been following this for some short time, and they are been arresting these people. They have not been violent in any way. They have just wanting to make sure that they get to work. Okay, they're tired of all these restrictions, and nobody is not trying to hear that. It seems like everybody else around here wants to be on that BS. Now we're going to talk about some of the stuff that's been said in Ottawa, what they've been going through, especially with Parliament. Let me do a clip here I can find it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it is. It's infuriating. It's all the above, man. Like, you can't make this up or how they're acting. Now I'm about to look this one up here. This video really got upon my skin. This is a 3-minute video. What he said, I mean, it's disgusting. I don't even like talking about this, but this just lets you know how out of touch this guy really is. And I'm thinking now that the country of Canada wish they would have let this fool never got back a second term, because he is a dictator. So this is the National Post. I'm gonna do a quick what they call that reaction video to this. I'm not gonna stop it too much, but I don't want to get dinged. But let's get into this. Okay.
Be a powerful force for change. If it isn't a naive dream, it could be a powerful force for change. If Canadians are to trust their government needs to trust Canadians. Those are the words of the Prime Minister in 2015. These people, very often misogynistic, racist, women haters, science deniers, the fringe. Same Prime Minister 6 years later as he fans the flames of an unjustified national emergency. So, Mr. Speaker, when did the Prime Minister lose his way? When did it happen?
You're right, Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, conservative.
Now, this lady here, she basically is saying, okay, you came in the game saying that you were going to be a positive change for the Canadian people. And now you out here basically being a dictator. You said that you were going to be the spokesperson for freedom. What's up, Eric? What happened? What made you change? What did we do wrong? What happened to the prime minister that we as Americans voted for? And he could not. He's about to come up with an answer that is straight disrespectful, asinine, and totally out of line towards these people that are trying to get answers on what is really going on here in Canada, trying to get that freedom. And this will not only, Jim, this is a trigger warning. This may very much infuriate you with the nonsense this jackass is about to spew.
Conservative Party members can stand with people who wave swastikas. They can stand with people who wave.
Okay, rewind, take 2. We have seen countless videos of these truckers, from mainstream mediocres to everyone else. I have not seen a swastika nowhere on these trucks. I've seen rebel flags, people that are American based, that are also living in Canada, that are showing their support, American flags and Canadian flags, but have not ever seen one time a swastika. This right here is a absolute insult to all the people of the Holocaust. Why are I not hearing Whoopi Goldberg and The View and all of them talk about anti-Semitic? They're quick to say anti-Semitic. Why I'm not hearing all these Hollywood elites screaming at Justin Trudeau saying, "Oh my God, you sound anti-Semitic. This is disgusting. We should not do any business with Canada." Why I'm not hearing that? Why I don't hear no outrage on this? I know I would be very outraged if someone talked like this around me. All right, y'all get into this. Let's get back into this.
The Confederate flag. We will choose to stand with Canadians who deserve to be able to get to their jobs, who be able to get their lives back. These illegal protests need to stop.
Again, this is not illegal. They're following the rules in the handbooks of Canada. How is this illegal? How is that illegal? They're not causing no harm, no drama. This is once again another edition of people like Justin Trudeau trying to throw out control.
And they will, Mr. Speaker.
I just want to remind the honourable members, including the Right Honourable Prime Minister, to use words that are not inflammatory in the House, and that's for both sides. The Honourable Member for Thornhill.
Unbecoming as a Prime Minister. It's been 48 hours that the government went from doing nothing to a national emergency. 48 hours into using the measures. 48 hours without providing Parliament with a justification. So my question is simple. When will the Prime Minister admit that he's lost control of the situation, that he's lost control of his country, that he's lost control of his caucus, and that he's lost control of his leadership?
Exactly. This is loss of control. All he had to do, if you really wanted to get the Canadians, the truckers, to be on the same page as you, do a middle ground. Okay, guys, all right, I'm still afraid of the scamdemic. So this is what I need you guys to do. Take the test before going on the road per your company, and you take the test entering, okay? If you guys don't wind up with the sweet and sour sniffles, guess what? I will refund you back the money you put in for the testing. At the end of the tax year, or however they do it over there in Canada, you get a refund or you get a per diem. But if you do wind up being with the sweet and sour sniffles, you can't come in. You got to go ahead on. You got to go through the process of being quarantined. There you go. That's how you handle that. And you still get the per diem because we're trying to keep the country safe. That's how you come with a middle ground. The truckers can't say no to that. Okay, well, all right. Well, he's still trying to work with us to get money. All right, we can do that. Now, if the truckers go up here and tell you, no, we don't want to do that either. We don't want to take the test, then fine. And then you can put also, hey, if you got the vaccine, guess what? You ain't got nothing to worry about. You can come through this with no problem. But if you do get the sweet and sour sniffles through the vaccine, it's all good. We'll let you do your short quarantine. You come back and pick up where you left off. What is the problem with that? That sounds pretty common sense to me. But now you want to be a dictator, freezing accounts, not letting these guys do their job, all this stuff. This is disgusting. This makes no sense. You're not doing this to protect the country. You're doing this because your ego has been bruised. It's been bruised because you never thought that these little truckers, these truckers that you thought were idiots or didn't have that much education in your mind, would stand up to you based upon the laws of the Canadian land. Let's continue with this.
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on the question of caucus in support for these blockades, the Conservative politicians need to make a choice. Are they for the blockades, or are they for communities, our economy, and regular Canadians? The member from provincial pointed out about the emergency blockade, the illegal blockades. He has never seen such a patriotic display in Canada. There's nothing patriotic about hurting fellow Canadians. The member from Grand Prairie Mackenzie claims that the economy is not being held hostage. All the while, hundreds of millions of dollars were being lost in trade due to blockades. And the member from Sarnia-Lambton doesn't believe her constituents need guaranteed access now to the Blue Water Bridge. Mr. Speaker, we stand with Canadians.
I am a strong Jewish woman and a member of this House and a descendant of Holocaust survivors, and I have never it's never been singled out, and I have never been made to feel less, except for today when the Prime Minister accused me of standing with swastikas. I think he owes me an apology. I'd like an apology, and I think he owes an apology to all members of this House.
I want to encourage all members to be as judicious as possible when using words in this chamber and to reflect on what they say on all cases.
So you saw that, and y'all heard that. That's what's going on in Canada right now. That is what took place this week when Justin Trudeau decided to freeze all of the bank accounts of the truckers. I mean, this is what happened. It's disturbing. It really is. To know that we have that type of people that's disturbing like this, you know, it really is. It hurts my heart. It really does. But this not only happening in Canada, we got the same thing happening in America. It's just that right now, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, is one of the first that is trying to muscle his way into making it his way or the highway. Y'all give me 1 second here. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's go up here and talk about some more of this outrageous stuff that's going on. So we're speaking of that, we're going to now into the border. Now we're going to visit the U.S. because this is what we really got to talk about. Something that we have went away from, but we back at it. Mayor Caucus. Now, Mayor Caucus, if you don't know who he is the gentleman that is supposed to be over Homeland Security. All right. He is the man that's supposed to be all about protecting the border. But he has been doing a very shabby job about that. Now, there was some things that were said a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to
Wellness, we talk about the things some think are weird, only happening to you, or just in your head. Things like bloating, hormones, periods, vagina probs, poop, or lack thereof. Because we know the struggle is real, not in your head.
We believe you because we are you. That's why experts like myself developed clean products that help you sleep, eat, sex, feel, live better.
Let's talk bodies that love wellness.
It is. How can we do that? and no one is yet to answer that. So let's talk. Let's play this clip of what was going on with the border agents here with the heated exchange. I haven't played this, but I'm about to play this for you guys. Y'all know how I get down. And then as soon as we play this, we will get back to my 2 cents of this passage of what's going on with this article. Y'all hit the like button too. Only place where you're gonna get it. Get it where it's 3,000 straight all day, every day.
We don't give up. We stay focused. We continue to do the job and the mission that we signed up for.
Defend the Constitution, not the
It's not hard to say it. It may be hard for you to say it, but I've been doing this for 31 years. It's not hard for me to say it. Every day I wake up and I'm committed to this organization and I'm committed to each one of y'all. You're getting bogged down in the policies and the politics.
You can't even say illegal alien.
What's that?
You can't even say that's why Chief Scott left.
Why are you guys getting caught up in semantics? Right? There's a mission out there. I've been doing this job as long as y'all.
That's the problem.
What's that?
That's the problem, Chief. For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's exactly what's happening here. Good men are doing nothing. You're allowing illegal aliens to be dropped off in communities.
So that was a heated exchange, man, this week. That was really straight crazy. Let me get off here. All right, I'm about to close this. So now the Homeland Security, Alexandro Mayorkas, described a recent tough trip to the U.S. southern border that included an intense encounter with Border Patrol agents, some of whom he accused of acting unprofessionally. Oh my God. It was a tough trip because we confronted a workforce whose morale is struggling, is down, and that's a responsibility. I have to address it. And we certainly met when we got back with the whole team about how we're going to address the challenges. He said in a taped interview last week with Border Patrol Chief Raul Ortiz. Mayorkas referenced a number of tense incidents during his visit to the border, including one agent turning his back on him. Another agent reportedly pressed the Homeland Security chief on how agents are unable to patrol the border due to the policies of the Biden administration, while another reportedly said that Yuma was better under President Trump as everyone was doing their jobs. I really appreciate the openness with what the agent expressed their views, he said. A couple of guys might have expressed them what I felt was unprofessionally, which was surprising to me because it's something I've never seen in the Border Patrol in all my 8 years of person-to-person exposure. All right. Let me say this again. You know why you never seen that? And I'm going to cut this off in the middle of this article. Is because you have never been in a position to where you were held accountable, because that's your job. You are held accountable to protect the border. The border is supposed to be protected at all costs. You didn't want to do that. You wanted to take the job and fancy around like you was living your best life. And now you're starting to realize that it's not your best life. You're starting to realize it's a nightmare that you guys created. And now you want to come up here and try to play the victim. Poor old Mayorkas, I'm doing all I can. I'm getting picked on. No, you're not doing all you can. Because if you were, these guys would not be frustrated. If you were, these guys would not be agitated. If you were, we would not have this discussion that we're having right now. This is a nightmare for these guys. Think about these guys giving 30, some of these guys 25, 35 years trying to protect a border, trying to do their job. And they wake up one morning and told that doing their job is considered racist. Doing their job is considered a violation of human rights. Doing their job is basically not American. But yet you let these people come in that we don't know shit about, don't care about what their background or past is, but yet you want to cry foul when they go and hurt your American citizens. All these immigrants that's been recently arrested violating women, violating children, killing women, killing children, killing men. Then now you want to come up with this excuse, we didn't know. We tried. No, you didn't. You are failing us. And they see the reason why you failing us, and I'm glad they speaking up. So I have to clap for them. I have to clap for them. I just have to, because this is ridiculous. Now, but the substance of what communicated really cared, called for action, and we're jumping on it. We've got a lot of work to do, he said. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta hear this. My homie said, Miss Mistakes Unlimited. She said, our border czar is going to another country to help with their border. Yeah, that's what she always does. The border czar don't want to be a part of this mess. They send her to places that are impossible to take care of. They sent her here to the border. She didn't even go near that border. She went to the other side of the border. They sent her to somewhere else, but she cannot. They always give her the missions that cannot be solved. It's like a vacation. Hey, go over here. See what you can do with that. She knows she can't solve it. They know she can't solve it. But she like a jackass. All right, I'll go over there. You know, try to act like she's Poland this week. Oh, she's German right now. I guarantee you she's got a German accent. That's what she does, man. The fakest woman I've ever met in my life. Just fake. Just fake. So fake till it's disgusting. And so, and they talked about how they was getting on Ortiz about how they keep releasing these agents back into the company, you know, in the country, because right now, as it reported by Wednesday, more than 153,941 migrants encounters in January. Now, it was a decrease from 178,840 in December, but it's double the encounter since January of 2021. Why is that? Why do we have double the encounter? Because I tell you why. Because we done made it a damn free-for-all out here. All right, let me go over here to my people here. Jim, and y'all know I'm gonna be hitting the comments, so keep with the comments. Now, if y'all want to super chat me, you will get first dibs on your comments. Jim said George Soros, a legitimate Yahtzee, is funding them. Open Society Foundation. He gave $125 million to the Democrat National Committee. I believe that. I know he did. We already know. My man said Kamala has done nothing to help secure our border. Of course, she has not. She has not. I'll keep reading the comments on this article right quick before we jump into the next section. I'm gonna make sure anybody else got any more comments before I jump into the next. I think that's about it. So we're gonna go ahead on here. We're gonna jump into something else. Again, only place that you get nonstop politics, man. Nonstop political news. I don't know who this guy is. Trying to figure out who he is. So we had a Republican conservative, Jim Hagedorn, rest in peace. He died at the age of 59. He had kidney cancer. He talked about it last July. Then he got COVID last month. He was a representative of Minnesota's Rural 1st Congressional District, south of Minneapolis in 2018. He got sworn in. He was diagnosed with the cancer. And everything else. Now, they said he looked
at Love Wellness, we talk about the things some think are weird, only happening to you.
They said Jim loved our country and loved representing the people of southern Minnesota. Carnahan wrote, every moment of every day, he lived his dream by serving others. There was no strong conservative in our state than my husband, and it showed in how he voted, led, and fought for our country. And that was from his wife. And you know, that's sad, man. Now, Carnahan described him as a loving husband, son, brother, uncle, cousin, nephew, friend, brother-in-law, son-in-law, Vikings, Penguins, and Twins fans. He loved the sports. So that's sad, man. That's sad. Thank you, MJ Joe. Let me go back to the comments right here. I got some people coming. You know I'm going to get everybody comments. MK Joe said, "I salute you, bro. Keep up the good work." I'm trying, man. It's a chore. You know, doing this and balancing everyday life is hard. But I try to make sure that I give y'all the news because this is what I'm good at. This is what I like doing. My man said, "It sure appears by the action of the administration that is the plan." And my man says, Jim are already being at Mistakes Unlimited. They are all men 1626, prime B for fighting men. Okay. All right. So let's go up here and let's move on to the next content. Now we got to talk about here. See if anything else. So let's go back to Ukraine. Now, Ukraine has been very interesting. Very interesting situation. First things first, how did we get here? So, first things first, let's talk about NATO. All right. Hold on for 1 second.
AmeriGroup is Georgia's Medicaid plan with the top doctors, and doctors are key to your health care. That's why AmeriGroup offers Medicaid members the choice of thousands of providers.
Oh, I hate that. I hate these ads. Suck ass. Anyway, we got here because of the NATO situation. Russia does not want that. Russia comes through, put all their troops on the border of Ukraine. Then you got the U.S. bringing their troops. And it looked like at the time. Oh, you ain't wrong. Oh, I missed your comment. Hold on, man. Oh, yeah, I saw it. Kamala is in Germany right now. I didn't miss it. I had said about it. I told you that she only do that because they know she can't. So either way it goes, all of a sudden the U.S. got their troops. NATO had some people on there. It was just crazy, right? That we were telling our people to get out of there that lived there or was doing work there. We didn't know when they were going to hit. Then all of a sudden, Russia was like, okay. I'm just doing exercises out here. I ain't trying to invade, because there was reports saying he didn't really want to invade because it would mess up their economy. It'd mess up the world's economy. It would have been a big L for him. But then again, he don't want the Ukraine to work with NATO, which is a part of the Americas. So now we're to the point now where once again, U.S. has started saying, well, we're going to take some of our troops back. So we did. We took some of our troops off the border. And now we're at this. The mayor of Kyiv, Ukraine capital city, pleaded with the U.S. and Germany, telling them we can't defend our country from Russia. At the closing of the Munich Secretary Conference on Friday, Mayor Vitaly Klitschko addressed the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock. I didn't want to mess it up. And Kyiv needs defensive weapons to protect itself from its mammoth neighbor. We're ready to fight. We're ready to defend our families, our state, our cities, our citizens. We need support, he said. The Kyiv mayor thanked the countries for the support they have so far, but warned it's not enough. We can't defend our country, Klitschko added. Blinken reminded the mayor that the U.S. had provided Ukraine with $650 million in defensive aid, but vowed to continue to work with Ukraine and NATO allies to deter Russia from invading the former Soviet nation. There's a growing recognition that what happened in Ukraine matters first and foremost to Ukrainians, but it should matter to everyone in the world, Blinken said. What's at stake are larger principles that are the foundation of the entire international order established after 2 world wars and the Cold War, basic principles that are needed to maintain peace and security. We will continue to do everything we can for you and with our partners, he added. The German foreign minister took a different tack and sympathized with Klitschko, but did not falter in the government's previous decision not to provide Ukraine with defensive aid. Despite the approval to send defensive weapons to Ukraine from NATO allies like the US, UK, and surrounding Baltic nations, Germany has refused to provide arms to Kyiv as Russia continues to build up its forces, numbering about 150,000 strong along Ukraine's border. Germany drew condemnation from Ukraine last month after it responded to a request for military equipment, specifically helmets, by sending what Klitschko described as inadequate. Berlin agreed to send 5,000 military helmets to Kyiv, but Ukraine ambassador to Berlin, Andriy Melnikik, said the support was merely a symbolic gesture as Ukraine needs equipment for hundreds of thousands of soldiers. The behavior of the German government leaves me speechless, the Kyiv mayor told a local news outlet in January, according to Reuters report. The defense military apparently hasn't realized that we are confronted with perfectly equipped Russian forces, that we can start another invasion of Ukraine at any time. What kind of support will Germany send next? Klitschko question. Pillows? That sounds like some shit Klitschko would say. The German foreign minister responded to the mayor's condemnation Friday and said, I'm sorry, it was only 5,000. Really? Really? Baerbock said Germany was now looking at new lists of equipment that they could provide Ukraine with. We have to ensure the destabilization doesn't come from inside. She continued, I truly believe the financial support is as important as the support with regard to security. Germany has refused to send defensive and argued it could otherwise provoke Russia into attacking Ukraine. Y'all, I'm going to tell you like this. And what I've observed in this situation, I'm not no pundit on this, a professional. I'm going to go right here and go to the chats right quick and read some of the stuff here. So I heard that Kim Potter received 2 years at trial sentencing. Oh, Lord. I'm surprised ain't no riot broke out about that. Jim said they won't expect any actions from the females here. Country girls will handle their asses. Let's see here. Retired heavyweight champion Vitaly Klitschko is he is. He's heavily involved in politics. I'm reading everybody's comments. Like I said, if you do a donation, I'm going to get you first. The people, Last Crow said, the people of Canada now understand why they can't own guns. It's getting crazy up there. Exactly. Mistakes Unlimited. I heard Russia pull back. It was just military maneuvers. That's what they said. But I don't know, man. I don't know at this point. The Last Crow, Australia, used to brag they didn't need guns. Look at them now. Yep. Russia was only rotating troops as they do every 2 years or so. Man said Crump was on deck at the courthouse. Yeah. That's what he do. And gas is $3.80 in PA. Yeah, I believe it. It's high as hell up here too. All right, guys. This is what I think is really going on here. And I'm just going to give my 2 cents. I think that literally Germany and the U.S. is scared of Putin. I'm just being real. It's scared of him. Because if they wasn't scared of, especially Germany, if Germany wasn't scared of him, Germany went up here and bullshit around with giving them supplies. Why are you going to bullshit around giving these people supplies and they're part of NATO? They're part of NATO. They're part of the organization you're trying to promote. You should be all over this shit. So that lets me know there's a lot of lies going on here. A lot of lies, a lot of false talking points. And America is getting tired of it. Us as Americans, we're getting tired of it. And besides that, like we said before, why are we worried about, if we put that much energy on the border overseas, why couldn't we do that when it came to these immigrants? When they was acting the fool, coming in all kind of fucked up. And we already know the answer to that. Because they didn't fit the narrative. They were part of making sure they keep the pockets laced. They probably do. And that could be another reason why they're not so apt to jump in and try to help the situation like this. Because if they are giants in the oil world, they probably do business together too. Yeah, exactly. That's why he acting like this. I'm telling you, Russia is gonna do some damage before we get these liberals out the chair. Russia gonna do something. Russia is in heaven right now. This is a dream come true. Russia have always wanted a weak nation like this. This is like amazing for them. I mean, you gotta look at this from a different point of view. This is amazing for them. This is like, you know, it's like, damn, I done it. You know, like when you're that dude and you always dreamed about wanting to be in a porno when you're a young guy with that hot porno chick, and you finally get that opportunity because somebody said, "Hey man, we gonna let you do casting, and you pass casting. We're gonna cast you with this woman right here." They get excited, man. Hey, Zeus, come here. Sorry, y'all. Talking to my dog. Give me 1 second. I'm back, guys. Had to talk to Zeusy. I mean, this is what's going on right now. This is excitement 101. This is excitement 101, guys. This is excitement 101. You can't make this up. I mean, wow. Never thought I'd see the day that we would have this conversation.
This is nuts. Real nuts. Real nuts. All right. Let's go up here and see what else we got going on in the world today. Now we're gonna talk about some things that's going on with the school in here. I gotta bring this to y'all attention. I want to play this clip. It really made me feel good because we need more parents like this. And shout out to this guy in North Carolina that did this. Let me see here. If I can find that clip. Y'all give me 1 second. All right. Let me do something, guys. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh, no wonder. I was on the wrong clip. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not my bad. Wrong clip. Wrong section. Now I can go down and find this story. This story was awesome. Man, they took it down, I think. I'm about to search for it. Yeah, I'm about to search for it. Hold on, guys. I am so sorry. I did not know this was going to happen. All right, let's see what happens here. That plays it. Yeah, I gotta search for it. Now give me a moment. It's here. I gotta play this clip. All right, I'm going to look for it this way. I should have saved it. Yeah, here we go. I was gonna find it one way or the other. All right, so I'm gonna play this clip. So before I play this clip, this is a guy named Brian Escavera. Brian Escavera is black and Hispanic. His children are also black and I think Hispanic. I'm quite sure. I don't know if his wife is white or black, but I think she is. But he basically is a successful financial advisor.
Hair down there? That's a no-go. Your inner lips? That shouldn't show.
All right, I don't know why I did that. I hate that. Anyway, he's a financial advisor, and he recently has heard about the CRT, which is teaching kids that one race is better than the other. One race can't do it because they're the color of their skin. You know, the whole thing with CRT. And so he basically stands up and talks about it. Oh, man. Y'all is getting it in today. I miss all y'all comments. I'll come back and read it. All right, give me one moment. Let me play this clip. Pass the ad.
Perfectly pink, that's the color you should be. And remember to smell like a peach. Wash deeper, smell fresher, shave closer, the pressure. But what if it's not true and we're perfectly fine? What if there was a cleanser that let our true selves shine? You don't need to change, please know that's true. Love your Vala and use our pH balancing cleanser that doesn't change you. From Love Wellness.
And one byproduct of the hesitancy to reopen the schools was that parents not only got more engaged, that they began to see what many of the schools were teaching their kids. Now, Brian Echevarris is one of those parents and took the opportunity at Cabarrus County, North Carolina Board of Education meeting recently to make his voice heard.
Biracial, I'm bilingual, I'm multicultural. The fact is, in America, in North Carolina, I can do anything I want, and I teach that to my children. And the person who tells my little pecan-colored kids that they're somehow oppressed based on the color of their skin would be absolutely wrong and absolutely at war with me. What the mask showed us is that the parents, the most powerful group of people in our country, that they're taking back the wheel. If you believe in CRT, I want to tell you you're a liar, because that means you look at your black neighbor and say that they're oppressed, and you look at your white neighbor and say that they're evil, regardless of the experience that you've had with them. And we're not going to do that. I have an 8-year-old daughter who is absolutely dynamic, who can do anything. Athletically, intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally, she is a dynamo. And I don't want a man swimming against her in the pool. The fact is, I don't want her playing against boys in soccer. I don't even let my sons rough her up. Do you think I'm going to let your son rough her up? If you think people who love America are willing to fight for it, you haven't met parents yet.
That man, Brian Echeverria, has also announced he's running for his state's General Assembly. He joins us now. Brian, did you hear me clapping? I was clapping here.
Oh,
that was an amazing speech. Unbelievable. What was also significant about it, though, is how it revealed all the challenges. I mean, you ticked off you went to the transgender athletes, to the schools, to the CRT. So what compelled you to deliver this now?
All right, I had to pause this for a minute. Guys, this right here shows us that people are tired of the narrative. To hear that from a multicultural man, this is what these liberal freaking SJW Pan-African warriors say. They say that guys like this are supposed to be oppressed and got so much against them that they don't understand. This man freaking broke it down to a science. How am I oppressed? I'm successful. And by the way, he owns a business, which he'll talk about that in a minute. He's a business owner. He's a married man. He understands the nuclear family. So if he got all those tools and he's successful, and then how in the world is he oppressed? How is that? Because we hear from the liberals that we as Americans, even we as parents, don't understand how our children of a darker skin tone, or we knew of a child of a darker skin tone, or someone like myself isn't successful. Now, let me give it to you straight. I'm not as successful as these guys. I don't own my own business. Believe me, I'm poor as shit, okay? But I am articulate enough to know right from wrong and know that I can do anything. I can be anything I want to be because I'm better than what I used to be. I used to be in a very tight spot where I didn't have a home. I didn't have electricity, running water, and things of that nature. But I have it now, and I thank God for that. So if I can come to the basic necessities of me as an American, especially as a black man, why can't other black people do the same? What did I do wrong? What did I do right? How I ain't never experienced all this? When I started YouTube and I started out with 10 people following me, I never heard while I was growing my channel, somebody came to me and said an email saying you can't be a YouTuber because you're black, you're oppressed. It doesn't work that way. You're gonna stay at 100 the whole time. I did hard work and dedication. I set up a schedule. I let you guys know when I was coming through. I made sure my content was relevant. And hey, I went and I reached out to people, and here I am now. I have some of the biggest guys in the business on my show. Yes, I know I should be a lot bigger, but I'm not worried about that. So if I'm successful to do that, and this is just YouTube, okay? Do you mean to tell me nobody can't be successful in doing anything else? I'm telling you, man, the liberals, boy, they know how to really get in your head if you allow them to. Let's continue with this.
You know, it's just that time. We have to win this moment. And when I think about the life that I want for my children, every time I turn around, someone's saying something to take that from them. And I believe that most parents agree that we're not going to stand and let that happen.
The race obsession in schools today is really off the charts.
Yes.
As a man of color and with children of color, one would think that, well, you would be fine with that. I mean, liberals would look at you and they just make it just a conclusion right off the bat. Oh, he's with us. What do you say to them?
Well, what I say is, I'm a business owner. I'm a financial advisor. I have these beautiful kids, and in America, we have every opportunity. I've actually traveled, Laura, to 26 different countries. And so when I say America's the greatest place on earth, and there's no other country in the world where minorities have it better, where minorities have it equal, because there's nothing that I'm not allowed to do. And
I'm back, guys. Could see y'all see me eating right then. All right. I'm going to play that one more time. I want all you SJW warriors to hear what he has to say. Because a lot of you get it confused that for some reason, somehow, America is so racist that you can go to these other countries and become a rock star. Let me play this one more time so you can get the idea of what he just said. I'm just saying, I want to make sure you know.
Pass it on to children. You know, my parents.
Okay. I had to play it while
they're 25 and 30-year veterans of the military. And there's no other country in the world where minorities have it better, where minorities have it equal, because there's nothing that I'm not allowed to do. And I pass it on to my children. You know, my parents, they're 25 and 30-year veterans of the military. And all they shared with me is that I can do whatever I want. And it's true for every child in America. Obviously.
Why is that? Brian Esther, I get his name. Hold on. Brian, shoot. I put in the chat as soon as I get back off the video. But every time I go and do that, it keeps going. But Brian Escavera. Anyway, look at what he said. Why does it seem like every parent that is from the military always tell their child that you could be anything you want to be? Wonder why is that? Yeah, I'll spell it out for you. Hold on, bro. It is ECHEVA
Obviously, we have people who have financial problems.
RRIA.
And all of that. But this is America. We get the dream.
All right. Sorry about that. All right, here it is. ECHEVIA. Escavera. Quite sure that's his name. He's running for General Assembly. Very strong guy. Okay, yeah. ECHEVERRIA. Brian Escobar. Yeah, he's a financial guy. Yeah, I gotta make sure you see who he was. I know he's running for oh yeah. Oh buddy. Yeah, y'all look him up. Yeah, he's opposite of what they say, man. Oh, he lives in my he lived where my mama live at. I know who this dude is. He live where my mama live at. That coffee shop they got. Oh, I know who this guy is. Yeah, I know who he is now. I'm trying to get him on the show. He live where my mama live at. Him and my mom live. He live in the same town my mom live in. He lives in Concord. Yeah, Escobar. Yeah, Escheverri. Yep, that's it. He lives in the same town my mama lives in. He lives in Concord, North Carolina. I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna holler at him. Yeah, stand up guy, man. But this just goes to show you. Me and my wife had that conversation. We got to stop this shit, telling people what they can't do. I mean, it's sad, especially our children. Yeah, and remember, Eric, I'm only doing shows Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays now. Weekends, I'm taking off, dude. Like I told y'all, I got a lot of shit going on, and I probably gonna be my full-time schedule from now on, for right now, until further notice. I got things. I got my kids about to graduate. I got I got a lot of shit going on, a lot of stuff. So everybody transitioning, becoming adult. So I gotta do what I gotta do to be the support system. You know what I mean? All right, let me play this rest of this clip out, and then we'll wrap this up.
Is the winning point in anyone's life, in your mind, first the family and someone who cares, really deeply cares about a child? Sounds like you had amazing parents.
I had amazing parents. The point is the family. Every policy in America touches the family. And parents are literally the most powerful and interested group of people in the country. And whether you talk about critical race theory and telling my little children that they can or can't do something based on the color of their skin, we have a coffee shop. My children see white people, black people, Hispanics, Asians, everyone come and interact and be together and live life together. They're on teams with one another. And someone's trying to persuade them that the life they actually live is not a real thing, that they're oppressed and that this group of people is innately evil. And the problem I have with that is being biracial. Listen, everybody in my family loves me. And they're white, black, everything, blonde, blue eyes, everything. And that's the story that this great country put together. The best social experiment in history is thriving. America's doing wonderful.
Brian, your optimism and your enthusiasm and your courage in speaking out, it's infectious. And I hope you'll come back. Unbelievable speech. And we're going to tweet it out. I'll put it on my website as well, because I know every American needs to see that.
We're going to win.
And we'll be following. We'll be following your candidacy as well. Brian, thank you.
I'm not even gonna lie. I remember back in the day, I used to think that Laura England was the most racist woman in the world when I was on my woke shit. I used to say, "Oh my God, Laura England is just racist. Oh my God, she's racist. She told LeBron to shut up and dribble." But as I got older and walking this line of the patriot movement, Laura Ingram ain't racist. Laura Ingram is like everybody else. She want people to love America. We're gonna talk about that tonight. You ain't wrong. I ain't going to go through everything because I'm gonna have trying to have some guests on here tonight. You know, our underground kings. Guys, what I'm saying is that we as American people, we got to stand up to this critical race theory, all this BS, because all we doing is hurting our chances as Americans to flourish. You know why? Oh, mistakes unlimited. You know what it is. It's some of love. They always, let me tell y'all something here. Do y'all know why liberal white folks keep pushing this narrative of racism? Because it pays money. It keeps black folks in jail. These institutionalized prisons and stuff like that. It keeps them in jail. It keeps them on the welfare assisted program so they can overtax the hell out of hardworking Americans like you and turn around. They could get some money off the top. It's a financial business of preaching racism. It really is. It's a financial money. It's a money bag. If all black Americans would put the same energy of trying to be successful like our forefathers did back in the 1920s and the 1910s and the 1900s, like Madam C.J. Walker, before we got integrated with society, as they want to say, desegregated, guess what? We would have still fathers in the home. We would still have more class. You know what? There would be hardly no women on these OnlyFans. It would be. Let me tell y'all, if everybody had the same dignity like they had back then, it'll be hard to find a porno. I'm being real. It'd be so hard you have to get a subscription to find the shit. I'm just being honest. But unfortunately, that has changed. It has. And so now we're to the point now that accountability is a rare thing. It's if I use other people as a scapegoat, I don't have to face the fact of the matter I'm a failure. I don't have to face the fact of the matter I had an opportunity. I can't face the fact of the matter that this could have been a different story for me. And that is why we have these issues right now. That's why we as patriots, we have to keep pressing on making these videos and educate. Yeah, I know we can't talk to liberals one-on-one because they have that liberal mindset that we're liars and we don't understand. But hopefully when they get to that spot, when they start waking up, that things are just not what it seems, they can go back to our videos and see what's going on. You know what I just learned recently, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to wrap this up. I've always said I've been a fan of Martin Luther King and a fan of Malcolm X. Now, we already researched that Martin Luther King was a registered Republican. But I also found out that back in the day, and this was by historian facts, and I didn't know this, that some of the sites that Martin Luther King went on, and I'm just like I said, this is what historians have said. So don't get mad at me. I ain't hating on the man. I'm just telling you what I've heard. That there was a lot of times that Martin Luther King and the people that was a part of his crew that wanted to do these protests got younger black people to start a riot. Throw something, start a fire, act the fool, whatever. So that way, when they came and showed up and they came there peacefully, it'll show them in a good light as trying to stop the violence. Now, if you look at Martin Luther King's background, I know we say that BLM, the way they acted, he would turn his head on some things maybe, but he was a very, very huge supporter of the communist type of lifestyle of not really doing for self, but having making sure that black people basically get reparations from the government, if you kind of think of it so to speak, after he did the whole civil rights thing and he got that situated and got that signed into law. But the problem was the reason why him and Malcolm X always clashed on these issues is because Malcolm X wasn't like that. Malcolm X wanted black folks to do for themselves. In fact, in Malcolm X's mind, he felt like if the black family and black people work on themselves, they could be an actual staple of what people supposed to do that do for self. That was his whole goal. Now, was it right? Well, yes and no. And the reason why I say yes and no, because I did like the fact of integrating with other people. But at the end of the day, they were two different, they were men with the same cause trying to make sure that black people got the opportunity. One went about it a way that I don't approve of, and another went about it in a way that was kind of like a conservative way. Now, the reason why Malcolm X never voted, never was a registered Democrat or Republican, because he did not like politicians. He felt like politicians were hustlers, and he didn't like liberals. He felt like liberals were the biggest hustlers of them all. So there you have it. You had two great men, one kind of doing what BLM is doing today. It's just that they was doing it in a slicker way, while BLM is doing it in an open way. Now, do I feel like that Martin Luther King in the end really didn't want any violence like that? No, not really. But I think he did it because, hey, he was trying to do a bigger cause. He was trying to get people together. So how to get people together? How to get people to sign that civil rights bill? Hey, man, I got to get somebody on my side. And don't get me wrong, Martin Luther King wasn't a perfect person. Because if you look at his background and shit he had going on, he was a hell of a dude. But that's neither here or there. The thing, the more of that story was that I learned from that, and what I've been seeing from a lot of historians talking about these great leaders is that nobody's perfect, but they had one common goal. Their common goal was the opportunity to staple themselves in history as a hero. See, that's the thing. A lot of these jokers ain't looking at that part. How you want to be remembered as a hero, which is an opportunity, or do you want to be remembered as a legend, the outcome? And I feel like, to me, Malcolm X was more like a legend because his outcome basically paved the way for people like me today, where I got picked myself up by my bootstraps and basically learned to do for myself. And I don't know, I've always been admired. I've always liked Malcolm X more than Martin Luther King. Always have. In fact, I get pissed that they don't have a Malcolm X Day. The man birthday is on May the 19th, and nobody never celebrates Malcolm X, ever. There's no holiday for him, nothing. And when they talk about him, it's so negative. They don't never look at what he actually did. If people would go by his motto of how he felt like that people needed to do for self, you'll be surprised as we as Americans could overcome a lot of this bullshit. But hey, that's my personal opinion. We'll talk about that another day, another time. But anyway, if y'all like this, please do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell up top. Y'all get into the comment section as well and tell me what y'all think about this latest broadcast. But before we shut down, we have to pay a moment to our sponsors. And here's one of our sponsors right here. Guys, y'all know that things are getting crazy. Gas is high as a giraffe's, you know what? Not to mention too, if you got inflation, you got shelves being empty, things not being reliable with food these days. What are we to do? I got the perfect solution. Don't freak out. You need to head on over to my guys over here at My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply has all the things that you can dream of taking care of yourself when things hit the fan. We're talking about green beans, macaroni and cheese, beans, stuff that you can get fresh from your garden that never perish as well. Now, if you don't want any of that stuff and you're like, well, Joe, I'm more of a wilderness guy. I already got that. Have no fear. They even have tools for you to cook on, things of that nature at My Patriot Supply in a water filtration system that does a minimum of 5,000 gallons cleaning filtration. So, guys, what are you waiting for? You ain't got to listen to me. Go to My Patriot Supply. Okay? Please go to My Patriot Supply. Check out what they got going on. I promise you with my link below, and you'll get the best discounts ever. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for y'all for now. Hopefully we'll be up on here tonight around about 8 o'clock. Love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I am out.